how to simplify to succeed. This is for the overthinkers. Do you feel like you're gifted? You can do a lot of good things and you can do a lot of good things well, but you keep on overthinking your way out of a success. You're like, if I understand that action is the key, but I get stuck in the overthinking. If that's you, I completely understand. That's how I used to be for years and years and years. So I can help because I've been there. But if you've been trying to get ahead by knowing more, or by planning more, or by working harder, this video is for you because all of those they lead to dead ends. And so I want to show you how to simplify to succeed so that there is no cap to your success. See, if we keep on succeeding by working harder, then literally there is a cap to our success when we get to the point when we cannot work any harder or any longer. This is what I'm always telling my clients who come to me when they're working 60 plus hours. Is to get to the next level, you're going to have to do it by working smarter, not harder. And it sounds simple, but understand it's actually really, really hard to apply. So I thought that I would break it down into 3 principled steps. And why I say principled steps is because they work for anybody who works them and they work across all industries. So ready? Ready for the keys? All right. So 3 signs that you're overthinking success. You're stuck in the just one more thing before you actually go live, go public with your offering. I need to get one more thing. I need to do one more before I always say, imagine you have a client coming to you today. You're getting a client today. What's the one thing you need to take their money? Not take their money as in steal it, but receive their money. As in, imagine you're ready for a client right now. What are those things that we need to take care of? And then let's go get that client today. Another sign that you're overthinking your success is when you have 10 ideas, but you haven't moved a single one to completion. This is so common among the gifted but overextended entrepreneurs that I work with. It's just, you are not alone in this. And this is actually an indication of your brilliance and the things that you have to offer to your clients. This is not a flaw, this is a feature for you, but you will want to learn how to manage all those brilliant ideas in a way that doesn't slow you down from making the money or from getting things completed. And then the third sign that you're overthinking your success is if you are exhausted by the complexity of your own business. It feels like you're juggling too many things, or maybe it feels like in this season of life, you're having to choose between being present for your business or being present for your family, but it feels too complex. That is a sure sign that simplifying to succeeding is the next step for you. So, the truth is this: success is never about doing more, it's always about doing better. It's about doing the things that move the needle. I do not like to say it's about doing the right things, okay? Because what's right for this season is not right for the next season. What's right for this level is not right for the next level. But it's instead of doing more, we're doing better, okay? So I think that is such, if you hear nothing else, hear this. Stop looking for the right thing and start looking for the better thing, okay? I don't mean to yell at you. I'm going to get off my soapbox for a second. But this is the one thing that leads to overthinking, is thinking that there's only one right option. There is, we get trapped in that. We get drifted into a corner when we're thinking there's only one right option. So I want you to stop thinking there's a right way that I'm looking for and say there's a better way that I'm looking for. What is a simpler way? What is an easier way? What is a faster way? What is a more profitable way? Whatever it is that you're solving for. So it's not about doing more. It's about doing the better things with clarity consistently. Okay? So I'm going to give you 3 simple shifts, 3 different ways to think about this. This is what underlies the Simplify to Succeed method. Number 1, Shift number one, stop chasing knowledge and start focusing on one clear outcome for the season, whatever season you're in. So it might be for today, for this week, for this month, for this year, or for however long it takes. This is huge because I just went to an event in Dallas where Myron Golden was saying, stop setting goals, start focusing on inputs and outputs. And it's like brilliant because we think that we when we set a goal, we've all been taught to do SMART goals, specific, measurable, attainable, something, and time bound. I forget what the R stands for. And here's the deal. The time bound piece messes us up in entrepreneurship, okay? Sometimes it creates urgency, sometimes it creates scarcity, sometimes it creates lack. So we set an income goal to do this much by the end of the year. What is way better is saying, what is consistently keeping me from reaching my income goal? Is it not enough people are seeing my products? Is it I am not closing enough sales? Is it something else that is taking my time and not giving me enough time to focus on my business? Find what that is and solve for that. And you will see so much more progress. It will blow your mind. For example, when I first started my business, this is one of the things that I did not overthink. I did well. Here, I'll pat myself on the back a little bit. I was like, okay, I know what I suck at, and I know what I suck at hard, and that is sales. And so the very first thing I did was I set a goal. I need to learn how to do sales. I know how to coach. I don't know how to do sales. And I could see this is the one bottleneck. And it doesn't matter how long it takes to get good at it, because once you're good at sales, you're always good at sales. That's the beauty of this. It's not maybe there are people that are naturally good at sales, but that doesn't mean that all of us can't get great at sales. It just means that some of us have to focus, have to practice a little bit more to get better at it. So that's what I mean by stop chasing knowledge, broadly speaking, and focus on the one clear outcome for this season. What's the one thing that if I focused on getting better at that will take my business to the next level, or that will increase whatever I'm trying to solve for, okay? So that was step number one. Number two, the shift number two, stop. Oh, please, 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 please hear me. This is so human nature. And we need to break this habit, okay? Stop building complexity and start pruning your business down to what works. I don't know what it is about us, but we keep on piling on more and more and more instead of pausing and saying, what is giving me my best results? What's bringing it? What's the most profitable aspect of my business? And how can I do more of that? This means if you have 3 offers that are just random or 3 service-based businesses and you're feeling pulled in too many directions, take the time to ask, why? Now, don't ask it just like that. Ask, which one's more profitable and why? And why did I create this? Is it taking me from making more profit on that? Now, sometimes a good service-based business will have 2 supporting offers. So, for example, when my husband was in the lawn care business, he took care of the grass and then he added on leaf removal. And then he debated whether he wanted to invest in snow removal to cover the winter season. For him, it became, once he looked at the profit, it was like, no, because the area where we're at, snow is rare enough that it's not worth the investment for how much dead time I have. I don't actually have that much dead time. But he also had a different business that was filling in the gaps. So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes it makes a lot of logical sense to have more than one offer. But when you're starting to get overextended, that might be a time to prune down to your most profitable offers and go all in on the one that's making the money. Why wouldn't we do that? So stop building complexity and start looking at what's working. And then how do we do more of that? How do we make it simpler? I had a client one time who said, when we were talking about simplifying her business, and I was saying, we need to look at automating to ease the load off you. Where can we automate in your business? And she says, yeah, that's important. And then she kind of said, but you can't automate everything. And I stopped her right there. And I said, wait, just think about this. But what if you could? And she stopped for a second. And just by asking a different question, but what if you could automate everything? She literally saw several other areas that she could automate. While she was thinking, you can't automate everything, she was automatically putting those in the we can't automate everything pile. But when she thought, what if you could automate everything? She immediately thought of the things that are annoying her the most and then saw a way to automate. Y'all, we've got to let go of our default thinking and start asking better questions. It'll change your life. It'll change your business. It'll change your future. It'll make success so much more available to you without the burden of exhaustion. Okay? So, number one, let's stop chasing knowledge and focus on one clear outcome for this season, however long you need to define that season, because it just doesn't matter. Whatever's stopping you is the thing that as soon as you get good at it, it'll be, this is what I'm talking about, turning a flaw into a feature, okay? You'll be so good at it, you'll have that skill for forever. Stop building complexity, stop thinking you need more, and start actually looking at actually what's working and how can we do more of that and how make it simpler and how could I simplify my life so I can do more of that. There's so much more I could say about this, but I don't have the time. Number for this video, I'll save it for another time. How I simplify, maybe. If you're interested in that topic, put it in the comments so that I know to circle back to that, okay? All right, number 3. And this, oh my goodness, if you are a gifted but overextended entrepreneur, this is the keys to the kingdom. This is the secret sauce to your success. If you are somebody that gets bored doing the same thing over and over again, but you also sometimes move on before you've completed the thing, listen. Come into my world. Come into my thinking. Start executing small. So, like small as in smaller pieces. Get to finished faster so that you can test it, so you can learn it, so you can repeat it or drop it. Okay? Smaller tests. Every guru out there is saying, build a launch cycle. Do this. You need a funnel. You need a web page. You need that. Listen, you want to ask, how can I get proof of concept in the next week? How can I get this doable in the next day or two? If you have what some people refer to as ADHD, and like I said, abundance of ideas, this is how you do it. This is how you manage it. You start turning your ideas, your imagination into a tangible asset in 24 hours or less. So instead of beating yourself up over and over and over again, because you are a person with brilliant ideas and too many ideas, so many that you can't possibly take action on them all. Think faster, okay? Just think and do faster. I hate to say that it's smaller because it's not actually smaller, because the compound results of doing these smaller actions but getting them to completion, and I don't care what your timeline is. If it's just one day, I've got one day to focus on this, or I'll only be interested in this one week. I used to beat myself up on this. If you read all the way through my Facebook page and see every single offer, I used to think this is the one that I'll do forever. And finally, I realized what I should be doing when I'm offering it. Say, this is the one and only time I will ever offer this, because that's actually the truth. When I started actually working with it instead of using it to beat myself up, then I realized, oh, actually, I am creating many, many assets in my business that people can get access to at any time. Change the game. If that works, make it work for you. Okay? So start executing small so you can, small but speedy. Small but speedy. All right. So if this resonates with you, if you are a person who is ready to simplify to succeed, then that's exactly what I help my clients do. And we start with a clarity call, and in the description, there's a link to that. But this is what I want to close with, and this is what I want to close with fast, because I've got a masterclass that I'm coming up on in just a few minutes that I really, really, really want to attend. Don't want to miss anything. And this is the other thing that I want to say. When you're gifted but overextended, you've got a lot of ideas and you've got a lot of interest. Not all of them are business oriented. We want to make room in your life for all of those things, okay? So that's what I did. I'm like, okay, there's a master class that's going at 11:30, and I do not want to miss it a bit. So this is going to be a short, this is going to be a sweet, this is going to be a fast. Oh, let me check the chat and see if there's any questions. And whatever you took from this, go ahead and share it in the chat. What is your aha? That'll help people that are getting the replay it'll help them, but it'll also help you anchor in. Sorry, I'm starting to stutter. When I say start executing small, take a moment to drop your aha in the comments, because when you do that, you are actually identifying the small thing that you want to take from this time that you gave your time and attention to, which, by the way, I thank you for that. Thank you very much for spending this time with me. But so many times we get locked in the more, and we get locked in the consuming instead of creating our own brilliance. And it's everything in our world, in our life, is pulling on us and making us feel like we are missing something, we are lacking something. And I truly believe this. You have already the clarity you need, the knowledge you need to take the next powerful step in either your life or your business. You just might be looking past it. So think, what is the one thing? What is the one thing? Not what are the more things, not are all the things. What's the one thing I could focus on that would take me closer to my goal? And remember this, you deserve success that doesn't cost you your soul. Success should be soul aligned. What does it profit a man if he gains the whole world but loses his soul? We get to have both. The only reason we don't have both is because we have been so brainwashed by a scarcity-minded worldview. And I'm going to be super honest. It's in the culture. It's in the church. It's in our schooling. It's our friends' mindsets. It is all around us. It's in sales, scarcity-minded. Buy now, or you're going to be a miserable failure in your life. No, that's ridiculous. So you get to have both. The success that feels good to your soul, that is aligned with your soul. When you align those two pieces together, it is magnetic, it is powerful. You will supercharge your success and enjoy your life too. All right, that's all I've got. Hope that helped. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.